Hi everyone. Um, I'm back again. Hoping that we can pick up where we left off. I'm so um happy we made it through another Christmas alive and with no serious illness. Excuse me. Um, Although it's not one that we had with our children because our children um, spent the Christmas without us while judges and lawyers are spending Christmas with their children, buying lovely gifts with the money they robbed from our children, as we fully well know. And we may pretend that that's not what really happened or is happening, but the fact of the matter is, it is. Um, I was hoping that we could do a timeline on my case so I can show you certain points where you can let me just wave to some people here. Thanks for being here. Some points on how to manage, um, you know, ourselves once we take on the responsibility of being pro se. And I think I may do that tomorrow. I'm gonna do some live streams with everybody also on Saturday and Sunday. And I think today we should talk a little bit about self-respect. Self-respect, what is that? Self-respect is knowing who you are, knowing your boundaries, knowing your limits, and loving yourself, caring about yourself. And I'm just gonna detract a little bit about loving the self and why sometimes that's construed as conceit. It's construed as narcissism when it really isn't. There is self love is understanding yourself, understanding your differences from somebody else, and knowing what makes your life comfortable, what makes you happy, what makes you not happy, um, and being aware of your environment, how you want to set it up. It's just you, it's unique to you, your comfort, your care, and something you can give to others, you can share with others. Those parts of yourself that are, you know, loving, kind, caring, knowing who you are. As I said, narcissists do not have a personality, they never know who they are, truthfully. All they know is survival skills and that everybody's there to meet their needs. They're needs based. Um, when you respect yourself, you know what you want, what you need, and you know how to get that without harming someone else in order to do so. You know, you don't need to steal, rob, lie, and hurt someone else in order to meet those needs and wants. You have a way of meeting those needs through enhancing your gifts and talents, which we're endowed with. Um, Maybe doing a college course to become a real estate agent, whatever. But we take steps to make ourselves more enhanced so that we can meet our needs and achieve the goals we set for ourselves. So, self respect. Self respect is also not allowing someone else to invade your space, to tell you who you are, and to treat you just about any way. Most people who do not have self respect will treat you disrespectfully, as you probably know by now. And sometimes it's worth it. You have to assess the situation to determine if it's worth it to walk away from those people. Sometimes we're related to some of them, so we can't easily do that. And sometimes we have to stand up in any confrontation with them. Now, the issue is, though, always be sure you're not the one who starts a confrontation unless they cross a boundary. So, self respect is also about making boundaries, declaring boundaries, and standing your ground and not swaying. Yes, you can be open to compromise, but that shouldn't be very like every day changing your boundaries to meet someone else's um, infringement on it or on them, I should say. So, if why did I bring up this whole subject of self-respect? Well, um, I needed to just stick a pin. I have to add something else there. When you're sick, self-respect is that you go to the doctor and you take care of yourself. Or if you have a home remedy, you use it so that you could feel better. You know what I mean? I hope you're grasping the concept. It's about self care, self love, and um, kindness. Kindness to yourself. Um, you don't expect other people to do that for you, but if you're willing in a dyad, a relationship between two, um, you compromise and meet each other's um, wants. It should be wants. If you're meeting each other's needs, then it's codependency. If you're meeting each other's wants, then it's a healthy, normal relationship. Um, so, self respect is something we need when we're going to go in front of these judges and lawyers in court and representing ourselves pro se. Is knowing why we're there, how we're going to accomplish the goals we set for ourselves when we're there, how we're going to conduct ourselves, um, being aware of the people around us, how we're going to deal with them, and get what we intend to achieve done. Um, I think that's basically what I wanted to say on self respect. I'm seeing some more people come on board. Hello, everybody. Um, so, I don't know if you grasped my explanation for everything in reference to self respect and how important it is. Um, Another thing with the situation we're in is uh, dealing with great amounts of loneliness. And we've been taught that we need people, no man is an island, no man stands alone, and we need people. Yes, we do. We do need to socialize, and it's a farce. Loneliness or being alone is not everything bad that they said it is. Um, uh, Enjoying your time, enjoying your company, that's important. That's self respect. That's counter loneliness. It's occupying your time, respecting your time, making use of your time. For example, to study for an exam. For example, to do something different, to do a career change, to prepare documents for your court case, etc., etc. When you don't have your children around, what are you doing with your time? Since we've been put in this position as moms to have all this time to ourselves, what are we doing with the time? Um, I know in the beginning stages of losing our children, um, we we're very disheartened. We're very sad. We're depressed. We're wrapping our minds around how everything happened, um, the lies, etc., etc. So when we get to a point through the healing process and through going through the grief, the stages of grief, um, and we're on the other side. What are we doing with our time? It's important to take a look at that and make sure that you're not spending time, your time in the present, too much in the past, but making a plan for the future, a plan for how you're gonna get your kids back, which is what I do, and exploring your creative side, making sure, because a large part of this process is making sure your brain is not overloaded with the trauma, the terror, and all of that which they expect we will stay in and then become seriously ill from as a result of what they've been subjecting us to. So, how you're utilizing your time, your talents, how you're making changes for yourself, how you're um, gonna accommodate your kids when they do come back into your custody, thinking positively about them coming back into your custody, and you know, basically wisely using your time. It's part of self-respect and not seeking the validation of others. How about that? That's important in terms of self-respect, self-worth, self-care, nurturance, um, value, the value you assign to yourself. And as you start to explore who you are and what you're doing with your time, you start to see that you're attracting people into your life who are of similar mindsets, positive people, people who give energy, people who give energy evenly, people who are not taking from you. And the world would teach us as moms that everybody should take from you. Everybody, you should have, at the end of the day, nothing left for yourself. Um, the beautiful thing with being a mom and having kids is the children, they don't take your energy um, without giving back energy because they're usually loving and caring and innocent. So it's never an imbalance. The imbalance may come in once they start schooling and they start learning other children's behaviors, children whose parents don't love themselves, so they don't love those children. It's just the whole 9 yards. Anyhow, back to this thing about energy, conserving your energy when you're around. I'm going to call these people energy vampires. Energy vampires exist. They come around to drain your energy. They come around to plant negative thoughts in your mind, plant seeds of discord, seeds of self doubt in you, causing you to feel negative. You can feel their energy, it's negative, it's draining, it's heavy. And you have the right to get rid of those people out of your life, especially making that a New Year's resolution. So, um, that's really important that you understand who is in your environment because you have the self respect to shut those people out, the ones who are not giving you any positive, any good feeling, any good thing. They're not bringing anything into your life and they expect to take everything from your life. So you have the right to lay down a boundary. You have a right to dismiss them. You have a right to not entertain them. And that's basically um, what I'm going to be leaving with you with today is, to take a look at how you've been valuing yourself enough to eliminate people from your life. Now, when I say eliminate, I don't mean um, to shoot them. I mean to shut the door on them. Yes, courtesy is important, but any deep communication or intrusion into your space should be a no no, and they should not be allowed the opportunity into your life to take up any residence in your life when they're only there to take from you. So, that was just a little schmeal about self respect, loneliness, the presumption of loneliness, the assumption of it, and how that ties into really opportunity. Loneliness, quote unquote, according to the world's definition, provides us with opportunity to develop ourselves and to develop our gifts and our talents and to thrive and to learn to do that independently of anybody, not needing anybody's validation, their approval, their opinions. They're free to speak their opinions. You don't have to take that inside of you, especially if it's negative. You only want to hear good things. Good things. Or if something is worth addressing, that it is done appropriately and not outside of the boundaries that you've set as far as respect is concerned. So that's basically what we touched on today. I know I was supposed to talk a bit about evidence, but since it's kind of like the holiday season, I'm gonna try and keep the subject light, and I'm glad that you're here with me and that we made it through another Christmas. Yes, without any major illness. Um, and although we suffer sometimes without our children, um, but it's another day, another year that we'll fight for them. And I thank you again. I will be back on tomorrow, um, probably earlier than 7. I will post a note to everybody, and take care. Thanks for coming, um, stopping in and watching. Take care. Bye bye.